Hello! In today's video, we're going to be unboxing the Disney Frozen Crochet Kit. In this kit, it has everything you need to make two projects, which are Elsa and Anna. And in this, I'm seeing that in the cover of the book, they have them as their younger characters, but on the box, they have them as Queen Elsa and Princess Anna. So I'm not sure which version of Elsa and Anna you get to make, but we'll figure that out as we go. But this is the front of the box, and once we're done opening everything, I'm going to be showing you a couple completed projects as well. So here is the back of the box, and it's got a little more detail. This is by Thunder Bay Press, and the author of the patterns is Katie, I'm going to say the last name wrong, Galouz. And it's showing that we've got 12 patterns that we can make from the book, which are Queen Elsa, Princess Anna, Kristoff, Prince Hans, Oaken, Olaf, Sven, Grand Pabi, Marshmallow, Young Elsa, Young Anna, and Young Kristoff. So let's get the box open. Now, I did not purchase this one. This one was given to me as a Christmas gift. So as far as the price, it runs about $24.95 retail, but I did see it on Amazon as of the making of this video for $15.19, and I believe that was with Prime. So you can find it a little bit cheaper. Now, most of these kits run with the same amount of stuff and as far as the same kind of layout, but I'm one of those people who always like to see what everything has in it, even if it's pretty much the same as the last kit before it. But we've got the book, and we'll go ahead and set that aside and look at that in a moment. The crochet hook that this comes with is a 3.25 millimeter crochet hook, just kind of one of those aluminum hooks. We've got some little mini hanks of yarn, and we've got kind of Elsa's teal. We've got a kind of a cream colored or a little bit of a tan. We've got kind of a darker pink, and then a really light blue. And I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, but got those colors. And then we've got some extra colors, cream. We've got blue, black, and gold. And this will be for, it looks like Queen Elsa. It's got some tulle in here. And then we've got this little packet of extra accessories. Let's see if I can pull this open. And come on out. So we've got some small safety eyes, the backings. We've got two sets of safety eyes, a broken little piece of plastic from something. I don't know what that's from. We've got a yarn needle, and that would also work well with the embroidery floss, where we have green, kind of a yellow, gold, black, and again that dark pink. And so that is everything at the top. And then almost always underneath we have some stuffing. So let's just kind of make sure there's nothing else under this. Nope. And there should be, yep, just the normal pack of stuffing that comes with these kits. So that's everything in the box. And next we're going to take a look inside the book and see what the patterns are like. So here's the pattern book, and for size comparison to my hands, these books are not very big, but I find that I can follow the patterns pretty well, even though the print is kind of on the small side. And then on the back it just has the copyright, Thunder Bay Press, and some pictures of some of the characters you can make. So inside, we're going to start off with just a picture. We've got the table of contents, introduction, and we've got the abbreviation chart and what's included in the kit. notes on tools and materials, and then we go into the crochet stitches and techniques. And they're pretty good about providing an example of any of the stitches you might come across while working on any of the patterns. And there's quite a few pages. And then we'll get started looking at the patterns inside. The first pattern is Queen Elsa. Our second pattern, Princess Anna. Number 3 is Kristoff. Number 4, Prince Hans. Number 5, Oaken. 6, Young Elsa. 7, Young Anna. 8, Young Kristoff. 9, Sven. 10, Grandpappy. 11, Olaf. And our final pattern is Marshmallow, number 12. I will go into more detail about the patterns and the information in the book, and I'll do that after I've made a couple of the characters. So let me go ahead and whip up a couple of the characters from here and then let you know what I thought about the patterns and how the book of patterns was laid out. So here is Queen Elsa, and the kit does have the supplies to make both Queen Elsa and the adult version of Anna. And for Elsa, I used the materials from the kit. The only thing I didn't use was the crochet hook provided. I did use my own 3.25 crochet hook. And so I used all the materials, and the pattern worked out fine. It was easy enough to follow. And the nice thing I liked about the pattern for both Elsa and Anna was there's limited sewing. So you start with the legs, and it pretty much just has you work straight up to the head. So the arms were the only things I really had to sew on, other than her little cape and any of the hair stuff. But yeah, that was really nice because sewing is not one of my favorite parts of putting everything together. But she came out really well, and like I said, I did use all the materials from the kit, and I'll tell you more about what I thought about those. But next we'll take a look at Anna. So here is Anna, and she has a lot more detail to her outfit. And again, it was the same limited amount of sewing. The cape was about the most sewing I had to do, just getting the back part sewn onto kind of like a hooded area. And then she's got her little hat and her braids. And then there was a lot of extra detail in her dress. Now, I am not great at sewing, so if it doesn't look the best, that's just because of me. It was, well laid out in the pictures on how everything looked. But she was really nice to make too. And I really like both Anna and Elsa as far as making them. But what I did do is I made Anna in all the yarn that I would have at home. So nothing came from the kit except for the hair because I didn't have the exact color. So I did use the hair color from the kit. But I'll let you see the size difference between the two. And I wanted to show this because you're not going to have an easy time trying to find this yarn because they never tell you where to order it from. So you're most likely going to use the yarn that you have at home. And when you do, you're going to see there is, let's try to see how the best way to show how much of a difference there is in size as far as height, the thickness of the arms and legs. And just something I wanted to point out, that if you're going to make these, I would start off using your own yarn at home. That way when you make the entire range of characters, you're going to have a consistent size. Because yeah, Elsa looks really nice and the colors for the outfit were really nice, but she's so much smaller. And I know that when you go to make Hans or Kristoff, you're going to have a really big change if you made both of these just from the kit's supplies and then made the other ones from your own. So just something to kind of keep in mind when you're making these. So here is some of the yarn from the kit. One thing I really like about the yarn is how vibrant the colors are, but when it came to the main colors for the bodies and the outfits, I noticed that this yarn is thinner and has it's almost like it has a waxy coating over it, kind of like the feel of dental floss. And I know that sounds odd, but that's kind of what it feels like when you're working with it. It feels like if you scraped it, you should be able to get something off of it. It just has an odd feel. And then the scrap parts that they gave you feel a lot more like Red Heart Super Saver. So it's kind of inconsistent with what you're getting for the yarn. Now the yarn definitely worked when it came to making Elsa. You know, I was able to get her put together just fine, and it didn't split or give me any problems. It just doesn't feel pleasant. It just has an odd coating or texture, but the colors are really pretty. So I wanted to take a look inside the book and give you some information. As far as the patterns for Anna and Elsa, I did not come across any errors and everything worked up just fine. Inside, when you come across a pattern, like for Princess Anna, it does give you a little information about her character from the movie. And then along with the materials that you'll need, it gives you an approximate finished size. And then one other thing I noticed was that as far as any kind of information, is this a beginner pattern, intermediate, expert, it does not have any kind of skill level on any of the patterns. So it's just the same for all of them. Now one thing I noticed is on Anna, it says the finished size is 5.5 inches tall. And then with, let me go back to Elsa, it's also 5.5 inches tall. And that is true when using the I guess the yarn and everything it comes with in the kit. And or Elsa did definitely come to 5.5 inches, but when you're using your materials from home, and like the Red Heart Super Saver for example, Anna came out to about 6.5 inches. So you can expect using yarn from your stash is going to increase it about 1 inch in length. So to kind of give you an idea when you're looking in the book trying to figure out how big these are going to be. So that's more detail on here. And that's pretty much everything I came across as far as the patterns and the book and the kit. I liked it. I think the characters are, you know, great. I think any fan of Frozen would love to get these or receive the kit if they're somebody who crochets as well. And just some information about the kit to give you an idea if this is a purchase you would like to make. If you have any questions, go ahead and just leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day.